Hello everyone and welcome to the NightThemedRave. I am one of your hosts, Raven. Let me turn this down just slightly because I feel like it's a little loud. Alright, and I'm joined by the usuals, Monkey.
Hello everyone, my name is Water Monkey, and as per usual, very wholesome and glad to be back.
And Karma.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Arif Karma, and I hate this episode already.
So this is the episode about Call of Duty Zombies, specifically the Ultimis storyline, or timeline, or whatever you want to call it.
And it's a Karma episode.
And Karma's leading the episode.
Can we mention that he wrote a 10-page document for this?
Yeah.
And he
Not
told
even
me
done yet.
it's not done yet, and it's the minimum.
Yeah. I don't know if this episode is going to be 2
Holy shit.
hours long or not. We'll see.
Holy shit.
So I worked my ass off on this, okay?
Yeah, you did.
Once in
Yeah,
my
y'all
life,
think
I
we
actually
had a
worked
lot
hard
of
on something.
prep for the next episode? Nah. Nah, we have a lot of prep for COD Zombies.
Oh yeah. And apparently we're doing multiple episodes on Calm Zombies now.
Did you want to do the entire timeline in one video, Raven?
No. Actually, yes. I wanted you to abbreviate it so it'll all fit in an hour.
That's impossible.
No, it's not. I could have done it.
Honestly, be my guest. Then.
Now, you already did this, dude. Keep going, man. This is gonna be great. Start however you want to start. Tell us whatever you need to tell us. Go ahead.
So, I suppose we should start at the very beginning. There are two things: Ether and Keepers. Keepers created the summoning key. And
Okay, what the
created
fuck is the summoning key?
We will get to that.
Okay,
I
and who are
don't
the
even-
keepers?
So basically what happened here, for those of you who still don't understand, Karma made an essay, essentially, and he is presenting his essay to us now.
Anyone in chat who's in college, you've probably written like
Yeah.
things as long as what he wrote.
Anyway. Yeah. Right, back to this. So, we created the summoning key and a physical place for the Aether, known as Agartha. There was peace, until there wasn't. Welcome to Dark Aether, which is literally the inverse of the Aether.
That sounds like the
There's no other.
beginning of like a crappy video game about like an adventure or something.
Well, in a way it is. Anyway. A group of these keepers were corrupted by the Dark Aether. One of the leaders is known as the Shadow Man. These Dark Keepers created a Aether Pyramid. A rift was made, was tainted and untainted. They started a war, known as the War of Agartha. Those who are untainted were led by one Dr. Monty. Those who were tainted were led by the Shadow Man. These led by the Shadow Man became the Apothicons. When they were facing defeat, they hid the pyramid on the moon.
Alright, so immediate question. What is the Aether Pyramid and what is its purpose?
So the Aether Pyramid's purpose is to keep the Apothicons out of Earth.
And what is that?
Dark Keepers.
No, I think he meant what is the pyramid? Like, is it literally just like a pyramid? How big is it? How does it work? Is there like an inside?
It's a literal pyramid.
Yeah.
It's not that. Think of a Well, it's not as big as the ones in Egypt, but it's relatively big. Does it act like as a gateway or a key?
Is this the one that had Samantha in it in Black Ops 1?
It does eventually, yeah.
So it's, if you guys need to imagine it, it's about 15 feet by 15 feet. It's not big at all.
It's small.
Yeah.
It's like a lock for the dark ether in the... Anyway, we now jump to the year 1292. 1292, humanity would face the Apothicons once more. In 1294, one Sir Pablo Marinas is saved by a group of 4, who will be later known as Ultimis. We will get to that later. We'll get to that in another time. In 5 years after that, in 1299, Ultimis worked together with keepers, defeated the Apothicons, and sealed them away. The year 1300,
This is
Ultimis instructed the
feels like we're listening
king.
to Karma read a novel.
This is practically what it is, Monkey. You are looking at it.
Yeah, you're not very good
I
at reading
know.
it either. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Would you like me to read it?
I mean, you guys are more than welcome to jump in at any point.
Alright, I'll read starting from that part right there. In the year 1299, Primus worked together with the Keepers to defeat the Apothicons and seal them away again. One year after the war, Primus has the Wolf King to construct Der Eisendrache. Hi, show.
Then we jump
Let me
to
get a timer.
the year 1318.
I'm not going to have Bunky read because Bunky is supposed to be speaking French right now. Actually, that's probably a good thing. Read.
Yes. So where are we at?
Literally the paragraph on screen right now.
18.
Year 1318.
All right, try to get. Let's
Try to
try
translate
and,
this, yeah.
Well, this will be great.
Ok. En suivant sa dernière requête, Arthur, le roi des loups, a étendu les restes de Der Eisendrache avec ses animaux de compagnie loups. Un jour plus tard, un rift temporel a transporté Arthur en l'an 2025 en Angola.
I will now read that for those of you who do not speak French. Following his last request, the Wolf King's servant Arthur scatters his remains around Der Eisendrache, along with his pet wolf. One day later, a temporal rift transports Arthur to 2025 Angola.
Yeah.
And then,
Alright,
Monkey,
I
you
have
can continue
paused it.
reading.
Yeah, I had to
You
pause this so that I could continue the redeem.
Wait, you weren't done?
It was only 30 seconds. The redeem says 1 minute.
Oh, yeah, no, keep reading. You're not done yet. I mean, keep reading in French.
Great.
Alright.
So say the year and then read the paragraph.
Année 1908 à 1930. Un météore contenant un peu d'éléments 115 atterrit proche de Stony Tonska rivière. Le docteur Edward Richthofen rejoint un groupe connu sous le nom d'Illuminati.
So in somewhere between 1908 and 1930, a meteor containing some of element 115 landed near the Stony Tonska River. One Dr. Edward Richthofen joins a group known as the Illuminati. I don't know what element 115 is, and I also don't know what Stony Tonska River is.
It's a river.
I got that
It's
part,
called
but what is
Moscovium.
element 115? Where does it come from, and what is it?
It's called Moscovium, atomic number 115. It was first synthesized in 2003 by a joint team of Russian and American scientists. And
Perhaps in the real world, but not in this world.
Yeah, we're not talking about Element 115 in real life, dude. We're talking about Element 115, this made-up magical stuff from CoD Zombies. And my questions were directed at Karma, because he's the one who wrote this. So you didn't explain what 115 is.
There isn't an explanation, really.
Okay, so do you know where it comes from?
I do, because I watched a 6.5-hour video on it.
Apparently,
well, Element 115 comes from the Apothicons.
Element Unum.
Monkey, you're looking up real shit.
No. Element 115 is from CoD. It's based off a real element that Bob Lazar, a physicist and conspiracy theorist, talked about and called at the time Unum Pentium, which is a Latin for 115.
Okay. So the Apothicons made or discovered Element 115, and then it got into a meteor.
Made it from themselves. They kind of made it from themselves as a rock.
Okay.
And they just sent it to Earth, but without any explanation of what it was or anything.
Yeah, assumably because they couldn't get close to Earth, they thought the next best thing would be corrupting Earth and then coming.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of exactly what they thought.
Okay. I will read the next paragraph, and then we'll switch back to Karma reading for a little bit. Between the years 1930 and 1940, large deposits... Yeah. Oh, you scrolled on me. Okay. Large deposits of Element 115 are discovered near... God, I hate names. Breslin, Germany, where a scientist known as Dr. Ludwig Maxis is sent to investigate. 3 months later, Maximus creates Group 935 with the intent to study Element 115, stating that the scientists involved will be pioneers of human discovery and swears secrecy from their respective governments. So, Maxis creates Group 935. That's the important part here. And they begin studying Element 115. And this is from groups of people from all around the world that are swearing secrecy. In 1934, November 5th, Samantha Maxis is born and her mother dies during childbirth. 2 years later, Maxis invites Richtofen to join Group 935, and he agrees while following orders from the Illuminati, presumably in secret. In 1937, 2 more meteors containing Element 115 were found. One in Japan, where the Rising Sun facility, of fucking course it's called that, is built, around it, along with Division 9. And the other was found in the United States near Groom Lake. In 1939, Richtofen and Maximus started... Get scroll.
I did.
Holy fuck, this is a long paragraph.
Yeah.
I'll let Monkey take over at the end of the sentence then. Teleportation experiments with the matter transference prototype. Next sentence, I mean. Results are less than satisfactory with the subject's chemical composition altered, leaving them catatonic and changed. And then Monkey, please take over.
Where?
Where it says later Maxis. 3rd line down.
Later, Maxis and Richtofen used Element 115 to resurrect one of the test subjects. It is successful, but it soon becomes rabid and attacks. It is put down. Maxis reaches out for funding, and Germany agrees, with their interest in weapon research, teleportation technology, and the reanimated undead subject. Richtofen and other scientists called Schuster continue with the teleportation experiment. During the trial 131, the walnut they used is the first time where the chemical compound of an object is not altered, rendering the test a success. Maxis, however, is not impressed and declares it a waste of time. Maxis tells Richtofen that the group will soon be funded by Germany. Richtofen is concerned that it could lead to a massive defection, which often decides to continue on teleportation behind Max's back.
So you'll very quickly learn that the main conflict of the story, it's weird because, so like, we're already talking about the future games here. Back when there was just World at War, there was no story except for Richtofen and Maxis and Samantha, and Element 115 being used for teleportation. That is all we knew in World at War. And then they created Black Ops 1, which expanded on it, and didn't really add stuff behind that history. Black Ops 2 did some weird stuff I can't really get into. Black Ops 3, it did fucking time travel and shit. So, shit got really fucking crazy at the end of Black Ops 2 and the start of Black Ops 3. So if all this seems really, like, weird, like, you know, like, fucking gods using their bodies and shit, reminder, that stuff came after Black Ops 1. And even Black Ops 2.
This all technically takes place before all of that.
Yeah.
Timeline-wise.
Actually, I believe very soon in the timeline, aka 1940, is when the World at War takes place. I need Karma to scroll though so I can confirm that.
Okay, give me.
And Karma, you're gonna read this while I go to the bathroom. So just keep reading, I'll be right back. Yeah, no,
Right.
Lula, don't even fucking worry, dude. This shit's confusing as shit. Basically, all you need to know so far is that there's scientists working on these god-like creatures' bodies without knowing on it, and they're trying to use it for teleportation. Also, there's a pyramid on the moon. Be right back.
After working on the teleportation device, Richtofen is confident that so confident, in fact, offers himself up as a test subject. He is transported to the moon. He finds the MPD, the Moon Pyramid device. After getting close to it, Richtofen is electrocuted and starts to hear the voices of corruption, which includes the Shadow Man. Very shortly afterwards, he is then transported once more to Shangri-La. He is corrupted by the Dark Aether. He begins obsessing about finding Argotha. One day after all this happens, Toffin's first encounter with the focusing happens in Shangri-La. Altar is made in his image, in Richtofen's image. After about a month, Richtofen returns to Schuster with a plan to build the Griffin Station, which will be on the moon. Richtofen leaves his place at the Illuminati, and when he's asked why, he says he was a liar. Months afterwards, Griffin Station construction begins. More scientists join Richtofen and Schuster because of 935's involvement with Germany.
No, there's no pictures in this document. I will be showing some pictures on screen now that you mention it, though. That would be a good idea. Also, hello.
Maxis requests more funding from Germany. They agree and give 935 5 new facilities. The abandoned theater, the asylum facility in Berlin, Rising Sun facility, the Tunskin facility near the near the Tunska River in Siberia, or Eisendrath. After written there twice.
And here is a picture of Richtofen. I'm not sure exactly what Karma has said, but Richtofen the reason he's wearing the swastika and everything is because it
They're
is
Nazis.
funded by Germany, and they are Nazis, and Richthofen, while working for the Illuminati, has to go undercover, basically, as a Nazi.
Well, he told the Illuminati to go fuck themselves.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was in the bathroom for that part.
He just leaves, and then when he's asked why, he goes, "He was a liar."
Who's Teddy?
So he and another person discussed this earlier today. He believed that this wasn't Richthofen speaking at the moment, because Teddy could be nicknamed for Edward.
Okay.
But what we believe happened there is that someone was speaking about Edward Richthofen being a liar.
Okay. And
That
Karma,
makes
just
any
to
sense.
save us time, can you double-click between the pages? Okay, you're not using the right website or something? Nope, there you go. Yeah, I
This
did
is
it.
Google Docs.
Yeah, and that gets rid of the empty spaces.
Okay. That helps. This is 1941 and 1942.
Let's have Monkey read this.
We're at now.
Okay. I was looking at chat, so I have no clue where we are.
Literally, look at the screen share, read the years, and then start at the very first black word.
Year 1941 to 1942. Nikolai Belinsky's wife dies during the German advance into the Soviet Union. He increasingly turns to alcohol. Maxis gives Samantha a dog named Fluffy, who is expecting a litter. On a data servant, servant doesn't you mean server?
No. Data server.
On a data servant, Maxis records location prominent with vast amounts of element 115 and its side effects of reanimation of dead cells. In February, the Griffin station is completed and Richthofen names Dr. Groff as head scientist. Richthofen then returns to Earth to continue the charade with Maxis along with Schuster. Groff is tasked with figuring out the power the MPD. 5 months later,
Pyramid device.
oh the pyramid device. Okay, 5 months later, Groff and Schuster unwillingly find out how to charge the pyramid device by Schuster shooting a rat near the device. They report their finding to Richthofen. As a result, Richthofen starts sending soldiers and scientists to the moon to charge the MPD. Takeo Matsuki is sent to the Rising Sun facility by the Emperor to observe Group 935 and Division 9. In a personal log, Maxis expresses concern about Richthofen and his exposure to element 115, wondering if it was a mistake to invite him to Group 935. Along with Sophia, Maxis transfers to the Kina facility, leaving Samantha with Richthofen.
Oh,
Okay, can
I
I just mention this?
Yes.
Germany, especially in those years, sending people to charge a device is so, like, perfect. It fits so well within the time period.
And what I'm showing on screen right now, by the way, is the MPD, otherwise known as the Moon Pyramid.
So I know there's going to be questions, so ask them too.
Yeah, how come Maxis fucking leaves his daughter with someone he thinks is a traitor?
Didn't really have much choice.
Knowing what happens to the daughter is like, why the fuck did he do that?
Yeah, he wasn't very smart.
Considering he's
time,
supposed
he
to
was
be a super scientist, basically, that's pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, pretty sure you're curious on why a rat being shot charged the device, right?
I mean, I know, but you should probably say it for everyone else, yes.
So how the rat being shot the device was it died and then its soul filled up the device. But filling up the device, they start just sending people to be sacrificed to collect their souls, charge the device.
But you know, it's really weird that a rat has a soul confirmed in this universe.
Yes. Yeah, rats have
That
souls.
begs the question, if every living thing has a soul, which we can assume since the rat has a soul, every living thing would have a soul, trees have souls? Do plants have souls?
I mean, that's called animism, and it is a natural religion.
I mean,
The
we
belief
could
that everything on the planet
could
has a
argue
soul.
that because of what element 115 does, it could give souls to things that didn't have them before, so perhaps.
Mhm.
Because, you know, we still largely don't know what it entirely does. I mean, I'm gonna guess that element 115 is just giving things souls to corrupt them.
Mm.
If it's
That makes
giving
sense.
things soul, that makes like that element really powerful.
It is. It is really powerful.
So-
It's literally part of a fucking god's body.
Fair.
Also,
not
I
out
am
of
now
the-
showing on screen, this is Samantha as a child, though if you looked at the other images, you know that she's more than just a child in the future games.
Yeah.
It's very notable, by the way, that teddy bear holds a lot of significance. That is the
Does
item that
oddly,
lays
yeah.
around, I mean, it lays around in all of the maps that are controlled by Samantha, which we'll get to in a minute why that is. But it also controls the Easter eggs and the mystery box, so it controls a lot of gameplay elements, not necessarily story elements.
Yeah. But it does have story reasons for why it's all
Yeah.
over the place.
Is this the next sentence, or next paragraph?
This is the next part, yeah.
Is this still the same year?
No, this is 43 and 44.
Okay. So, 1943 through 1944. Maxis considers sending Sophia away, fearing that they are getting too close. Nikolai is captured by German forces and becomes a subject in Group 935's experiments. Maxis reports success with Subject 2-6, stating that the violent outbursts are lessening. Maxis then reports that treatment has been perfected and believes that if Subject 2-6 can retain impressions for longer than 26 hours, the delivery of the undead army can be accelerated.
Germany
just
wants
gonna-
an undead.
I'm just gonna put up 2-6.
It's just a zombie, basically.
Okay, it's just any zombie. Okay, that's what I was referring to. I wasn't sure. Apparently it's a Nova Crawler. I don't know. Maybe. Here's a picture of zombies.
It's just a basic zombie.
Yeah.
Germany wants an undead army, so Maxis is trying to figure out how to control them.
Yeah. Where is it? 2 days later,
that was.
Subject 2-6 attacks a handler and is killed, deeming this another setback. In March, Harvey Jena began work with Group 935. The Primus Group arrives in June to stop this universe's Richthofen from his master plan. What is his master plan, Karma?
It's later. It's like 40. It's like 45.
Okay. So we will learn later. 1 week later, Richthofen is contacted by Maxis, who tells him that the test subjects must never be allowed to awaken, as the havoc that they would cause would be catastrophic to simple-minded individuals.
Basically saying that if they were released, a bunch of zombies would take over the world.
Mm-hmm. Now we have a
And
new
then
character
gamers are
about to
gonna
be
come
shown
out
up, I
and
think.
He's gonna be our prime.
I believe this Takio is the one that they are referring to.
The Ultimis version.
I can't tell with these images. I believe it's the one in the uniform, because, you know, that makes sense. So where did it say it? The premise group drives June stop. 1 week later, it's contacted Takio, this man right here. Takio reports that the work being done by Group 935 and Division 9 is unacceptable. Primus Richtofen is transported to the house in Agartha, reuniting him with Maxis. So, question. When did Maxis get to the house in Agartha?
That's a different Maxis.
See, this is why we shouldn't have done an episode on this. Okay.
No, the thing I was looking at just doesn't separate the timelines. Just gives it the whole information start to finish.
Well, that's because the timeline is... It's weird. It's time travel. Time travel's fucking hard to do in fiction. It's hard to make it coherent.
Yeah, so, like, the premise group is time travel.
Yeah. So, on the order of the Emperor, Takio is taken prisoner by Group 935 and will be used as an experiment. After the setback that was Subject 2-6, Maxis finds success, however, maintaining his belief that the undead cannot be controlled or maintained. Okay, this is a new character. Let me see if there's a picture of him, because I've actually never heard of this character. Pablo Marinas? Apparently, yes, there is pictures of Pablo. I've never heard of this character before in my life.
Pablo doesn't show up, I don't think, in any gameplay.
He has a model. So, Pablo Marinas, a Mexican spy, is captured by Group 935 at Dreisendrach. So this is what he looks like, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, they don't say where this is from.
It could be...
Oh, this is from a different timeline, that's why.
But it's still Pablo, so I mean...
Yeah, but it's still Pablo. So that's what he looks like, there you go. I need you to scroll down now, Karma.
What?
I've read everything to the bottom of the page.
Now we're at 1945.
Okay, Karma, why don't you read the next paragraph? Or, 1945.
Next three pages. Got it.
Oh, it's that long.
Yes.
Then, we'll do 1 page per person.
Alright. So in 1945, Pablo, sitting in his cell, starts having visions about a great war. He pictures a battle against strange, human-like creatures who were trying to devour the Earth. He basically sees the Great War and Apothicons trying to eat the Earth. In this vision, he sees 4 heroes who save him. He notes that the heroes in his visions are wearing similar tunics to those worn in Dreisendrach. July 4th, which is the place where Nacht der Untoten takes place, an Allied plane was transporting undead and Element 115 crashes. A few Marines that survived the crash hold out against the undead for as long as possible. They die.
Then this is where one of us takes over reading? Yes or no?
Can I just say something? Karma, you know when you watch Elder Scroll lore videos?
Yes.
This way of reading feels like you're watching Fudge Muppet. To me, at least, it feels like I'm watching Fudge Muppet.
That's a good thing.
I know.
Either way, should I take over reading now, or Monkey, or do you continue?
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Alright, Monkey, start reading at the word Peter.
Alright then.
Oh, I know Peter McCain. Peter McCain is a super important guy, by the way. I love
Peter
the fact
McCain-
this is him in Black Ops 1, or, World at War, by the way.
Ah.
You're getting yelled at by alcoholics, Raven.
Yeah, alcoholic is yelling at you. Let it rain.
Whatever.
Peter McCain's infiltrated Group 935 at Dr. Reese's.
No, Reese.
Duries. At Duries. Richardson transfers to the Siberian facility to do more work on live specimens. As her temporary guardian, Richardson takes Samantha with him. Group 935 prepares to send the subject for experimentation. Nikolai, Pablo, and Takeo, the test subjects, arrive at the new facility on August 1st. At the end of the month, McCain reports his success at infiltrating 935. Fearing that Group 935 is losing control of their experiment, CIA handler Cornelius Purnell sends a Marine recon unit led by Tank Dempsey to extract Peter McCain. One day later, Peter McCain is outed as a spy and captured. September 2nd, World War II ends. Richardson reports that Pablo has died in a spleen removal and that he reveals that he has been performing an experiment on Samantha. Over at the asylum facility, temporal rift begins. An orderly reports that there have been many problems. Many people inside the facility are hearing voices coming from the walls, which includes sobbing from a boy and a girl and a man shouting to shut the windows. One day later, September 3rd, an outbreak occurs at the asylum facility and Peter McCain escapes.
Raven, if you want to take over now.
Okay. I also want to just point out, by the way, I believe the man shouting to shut the window is something that is hinted at first in Black Ops 1 and is actually shown in Black Ops 2 Origins. And it never is relevant ever again.
Yeah.
One day later, on September 3rd, an outbreak occurs at the asylum facility and Peter McCain escapes. That is this guy. September 6th, the day that Verrucht takes place. This guy. This man right here. The Verrucht is the map I believe that this takes place on. No. Verrucht is
the asylum facility.
Right. Let me show a picture of Verrucht really quick. Fuck, how do I spell it? Verrucht, like that, except with like 2 U's or something. There we go. There's a picture of Verrucht.
So it's... Yeah.
So where am I on the thing you scrolled? Okay. Dempsey, John Banana, Smokey, and Paxton Ridge arrive at the asylum facility only to find it overrun by zombies. I just realized, did I ever... Yeah, okay, I did. Just confirming I muted my mic. Or unmuted, I mean.
Nice.
just in case. They last as long as they can, but Dempsey is apprehended by Group 935, and Paxton Ridge runs back to America. John Banana records his last words before being eaten by a zombified Smokey. Rick Toppin reports that another spy has been captured and is brought to him to replace the Mexican. This person is Dempsey.
What happened there is that, because the Mexican, as Rick Toppin calls him, or what, Pablo.
Peter McCain, right? Oh no, Pablo, right, Pablo.
The person replacing him is Dempsey.
Yeah. I have to fucking... You guys see my tabs I have open just for pictures right now? Either way. We're talking about...
That has defected stabs, you okay?
Yeah, I know. I think it was Zan who had like 200 tabs open or something. Either way.
No, that's defected.
No, it was Zan who had even more.
Cornelius Purnell.
Cornelius Purnell. Let me see if I can find a picture really quick of Cornelius.
He's pretty important.
Oh, it's him!
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the electrified man. I did not realize his name was Cornelius. Either way,
This man is
this guy is actually extremely important to the plot. I genuinely thought that Peter McCain was this guy. That was why I was confused.
oh.
Okay, so wait 1 second. No, that's not what I want. Wait, where is my? There we go. Okay. So, where is it? Cornelius Purnell attempts to send a transmission to Peter McCain, telling him to rendezvous at the Rising Sun facility. Dempsey arrives at the Siberian facility. Richtofen documents the personalities of the test subjects. Dempsey's intelligence is low, but will is strong. Takio keeps repeating what sounded like a proverb over and over again. Nikolai only started reacting to the stimuli, but only after a new serum with mostly vodka was made. Richtofen also notes that their minds are almost completely broken with no memory of who they were before. And if you didn't catch on yet, these 4 characters are the main characters of the story, technically.
Yeah.
Maxis returns to Doris and orders Richtofen to do the same so that they can work on the matter transference device, or the MTD. Richtofen does return it with Samantha, Nikolai, Takio, and Dempsey. Basically the 5 named characters before Black Ops 2. Maxis reports Richtofen's test subjects, noting that their baseline psyche is intact and all specific memories have been lost. Richtofen, furious that Maxis will not work on the DG2, vows to dispose of Maxis and Samantha, saying that he will not work on Maxis's undead army anymore.
Richtofen's grand plan.
Right. Groff?
Off.
Groff. Okay. Groff tells Richtofen that the MPD is nearly ready. Groff radios Richtofen and tells him that the MPD is ready and just needs a conduit. Richtofen says to proceed with Operation Shield and dispose of Maxis and Samantha. While he is frustrated that the matter transference tests have been largely unsuccessful, the fact that the new subject... He scrolled on me.
It's still there.
The fact that the new subjects are not at the point of origin is undeniable. Richtofen suggests that perhaps... Hang on. Richtofen suggests that perhaps the subjects are not moving through space, but through time, which causes Maxis to worry that his irrationality may soon prove a liability to our endeavors. Maxis and
Take over from this point.
Okay, go ahead.
Maxis and Richtofen perform teleportation tests. Subjects 3, 4, and 5, 5 being Fluffy, all fail.
Oh, Fluffy.
Test 6, Fluffy is teleported back. Seeing Fluffy, Samantha runs over to the chamber. Maxis chases after Samantha, who's running towards Fluffy. Richtofen's seeing his chance, shuts the device, putting all 3 of them in there, and teleports all of them. Samantha is teleported to the moon, where she runs around and comes too close to the MPD, gets absorbed by it, becoming corrupted by the dark aether. Maxis is teleported to the crazy place, where he becomes fused with electricity. Doesn't say anything about Fluffy yet. Richtofen returns to the moon.
It doesn't say anything about Fluffy, but I could fill it in really quick. Fluffy becomes, gameplay-wise, an infinite source of dog rounds. And lore-wise, I think he gets trapped in time and becomes a hellhound.
Yeah, Fluffy does that. The reason why Fluffy is the infinite source of hellhounds is because Fluffy was female.
So was Samantha.
Yes.
Oh, no. I think what you're referring to is Fluffy was pregnant at the time. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fluffy was pregnant when this happened. So, because Fluffy was pregnant and gave birth during this whole thing, I'm assuming some crazy bullshit happened and continuously produces hellhounds at this point.
Yeah.
Otherwise, anyway.
Oh my god, Creative Cloud needs to shut the actual fuck up. Alright, I turned off all notifications. That should no longer happen.
Richtofen goes back to the moon. Upon learning that Samantha is trapped within the MPD, orders Groff to summon Maxis to get her out of there. He warns Groff to look out for an evil-looking dog, or the Hellhound. When Maxis gets to the moon, he successfully gets Samantha out of the pyramid device. However, upon doing so, he tells Samantha to kill them all. Maxis then proceeds to kill himself and merges with the technology on the Griffin station, while Samantha unleashes the undead upon the base.
I'll take over here. 1H Porter activates an alarm indicating an outbreak at Derice. Richtofen goes to Derice and revives the test subjects Dempsey, Takio, and Nikolai with no recreation of who he is or who they are. They agree this group would be known as Ultimis. Peter McCain parachutes over the Rising Sun facility and dies shortly after. October 21st. Shino Numa. Did I close? No, I grabbed a picture of Shino Numa. This picture's better.
It shows Peter McCain is actually in Shino Numa hanging.
Are you serious? Okay, fine.
It's a thing there.
There. Yes. Ultimus travels to the Rising Sun facility to recover Richtofen's diary. Upon reading it, Richtofen begins to form a plan to stop Samantha. October 28, Derice. Ultimus returns to Derice. Derice. Whatever. You guys know Derice. It's like the most popular map in Call of Duty Zombies. Lore-wise, anyway.
Very important. It's basically where everything starts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ultimus returns to Derice with his diary. Richtofen plans to use the teleporter to go back to the moon and confront Samantha. But the Wunderwaffe DG-2 overloads the teleporter, sending them through time, causing Richtofen to drop his memory. On November 5th, Group 935 disbands.
Yeah. So a lot happens in 1945.
Let me just close a couple of these tabs that are not important really quick, guys.
No, you're not allowed to.
Oh, okay. None of these are important anymore except for Samantha, but fuck Samantha. So I believe the next thing that would happen then would be... God, what is that map called?
Shangri-La.
Shangri-La? Really?
The next map.
Okay.
Yes.
I did not know Shangri-La was the next map. Okay. Here is a picture of Shangri-La, and Monkey, why don't you start reading? Read until the last sentence after the page stops. Yeah, Monkey?
What you... I was lost in my brain. Anyway.
Start from the year.
Alright. Year 1946 to 1963. The United States and the Soviet Union share the
Hold on, I need
resources
you to
web-
pause.
Log 21,032,023. Dear Manfred, I don't know what you put in the water,
what
but
kind
it
of weird
works.
timeline
The
are
reading
Soviet
skills of test subjects
and the United States
19,122,
sharing things in
19,123,
Monkey, you're talking
and
over the text-to-speech.
19,124 are improving on an unprecedented scale. Whatever you've done, please pay attention to the formula. It might make us a lot of money.
I have no idea what that log was from, but thank you, alcoholics. Now, Monkey, what were you saying?
I was saying that the United States and the Soviet Union sharing stuff from in 1963 and a couple of years before that is highly unlikely.
I mean, in this time period, you're dealing with a common enemy that can teleport.
True.
Oh. They both
You know-
wanted Group 935's
To be exterminated, basically.
They wanted research.
They wanted the Albright. I'll be right back. Keep reading, Monkey.
The United States and the Soviet Union shared the resources left behind by Group 935 among the items that the Soviet Union got from Richovton's diary. The Pentagon hires many of the former 935 scientists to continue their work. So Operation Paperclip, got it. And the Soviet Union also hires 935 scientists. Among them is Harvey Yena, who formed the association group. The Pentagon starts.
It's the Ascension.
The Pentagon starts working with their own undead. The US government transfers a number of Element 115 experiments to the Groom Lake facility. Gersh and Yuri Zavoisky begin working for the Ascension Group. 1956, April 23rd. Shangri-La. To explore, discover Shangri-La and get stuck in a time loop. Sully, who is sent back in time from 2011, is also stuck in this loop. Ultimis arrives in Shangri-La, and with the help from the two explorers, they acquire the focusing stone. 3 years later, the Pentagon constructs their own teleporter device and begins experimentation. Gersh begins work on Project Thunder. Gersh and Yuri begin work on the Gersh device codenamed Project Mercury. 1963, October 28.
Kino der Toten.
Kino der Toten.
That is a very important map, by the way. I will show a picture of that on the screen. It is actually the most famous Call of Duty Zombies map. At least it used to be.
From Darius Ultimis teleports to Kino. This is the first time that Ultimis teleports through time and space. Because of this Monty device, to get involved by leaving little marks.
I'll read from here. Because of this, Monty decides to get involved by leaving little marks like chalk drawings on the wall. Let me just take a drink of water.
Why was that so difficult to read?
I don't know.
I know how to read.
I don't believe you.
Fuck you.
Gersh tells senior staff that Yuri has been removed from Project Mercury and moved to rocket research. Yuri starts to notice children's toys appearing around the facility. When Yuri reads Richtofen's notebook, he starts to hear Samantha's voice. Over several days, her voice drives him to insanity. When Samantha orders him to continue research on the Gersh device, Yuri obeys her. 1963, November 6. Ascension happens. The map. You threw up a picture. Yes. Ascension. This isn't really a good picture, but this is Ascension, guys. This is the old picture they used to show the map, so...
I mean, it's close enough to what it is.
Yeah, it's like a rocket facility, basically. Or, not rocket, spaceship. It's a spaceship facility. Ultimus
It's a
Freeze.
Soviet Union.
It's a Soviet Union rocket facility or spaceship facility.
Yeah.
Ultimus Freeze Gersh from the, I guess we'll say Cosmic?
Kashmir.
It is supposed to say Cosmere? Okay. So, Ultimus Freeze Gersh from the Cosmere that's a hard word for me. Mechanism. Who then shoots them into the Gersh device and through time once more. This then leads to the event of Call of Duty Zombies, the 5 map. I'll just show this picture.
5 takes place at the exact same time as this.
My bad, but still. November 6th, 1963, the map 5. Kennedy, McNorama, Castro, and President Nixon fight zombies at the Pentagon.
Yeah.
And I believe, Karma, you can read next.
Oh yeah, this is basically the last of it.
Okay.
So, happens in 1996 and everything afterwards. On March 17th, it doesn't state the year, Call of the Dead happens where Sarah Michelle, Lar, Danny Trejo, Robert Euland, and Michael Rooker are attacked by zombies while shooting the movie. They discover Ultimis behind a door after being shot through time and get Goldenrod before they teleport again. The events of the multiplayer map Nuketown take place where a bomb is dropped and kills everybody.
This is not just a multiplayer map, by the way. This is canon in the same storyline.
Yeah. In Nuketown happens. Skeleton Johnson locks himself in a fallout shelter. The zombies attack, which is directly after the bomb drops.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's as the bombs drop, actually.
Okay, yeah. The CIA and the CDC are dispatched to fend off the zombies within the town. While this is all happening, Ultimus arrives in Groom Lake, uses a teleporter to get to the Griffin station. Toffin carries out his grand scheme and fuses the goldenrod and the focusing stone together, reaching his and Samantha's souls, which grants Richtofen control over the zombies. Axis, pissed off that Richtofen did all of this, launches 3 rockets at Earth to lessen doesn't go as calculated and
hold on a second, Karma, you cut out really bad there.
Okay. So where did I cut out?
CIA and CDC are. Or no, wait. 3 rockets.
So the 3 rockets are launched at Earth from Maxis to lessen Richtofen's control over the world. It's obliterated. Doesn't state the year this takes place in, but it takes place in 2025.
So I also want to clarify, the events that are currently happening as we're reading them are happening between Black Ops 1's Moon and Black Ops 2's Transit.
Yeah. The moon map takes place in 2025.
Yeah. And then, Monkey, can you read the next part, and then I'll read the endings?
Yes.
Look for the word Samantha. That's your starting word. It's on the far right side, like right in the middle of the paragraph.
Oh, Samantha's soul, right?
No.
Samantha somehow.
Samantha somehow teleported back in time
Two.
to 1918, but arrives in Agartha. CIA and the CDC are dispatched. Okay, the CIA and the CDC are dispatched to fight zombies at a bus depot. So that would be basically like when we play Transit. Oh yeah, Buzz Depot, Town and Farm. Those are the basic maps of Black Ops 2.
Mhm.
Yes.
Buzz Depot being Transit.
I actually want to point out here. Okay, never mind. Go ahead. I read ahead.
A CDC soldier loses his communication device and becomes stranded at a diner. The CIA and CDC are wiped out. Misty, Samuel Stunler, Murray Town Johnson, and Grossman. Yes, they are the main characters from the
Black Ops 2.
yeah. I fucking love Grossman. Arrive at the area, which together become known as Transit. Transit then powers a tower for either Richardson or Maxis. Maxis then transfers them to a skyscraper ridge in China, where they power a second tower for Richardson or Maxis. Transit then travels to southern Angola by foot, where a rift is placed, a gateway to Agartha. They descend into an underground town and power the last tower, which activates one of the two endings.
So,
And the underground town is buried.
yes, buried.
Yes, it is.
Question now.
Okay.
How did they travel to Angola by foot? I thought Angola was the place at the end of time. Oh, no, that's Agartha.
No. That's Agartha, right.
What is Angola again?
Oh, Angola is the town where Buried takes place in.
Right.
It's underneath the African desert,
Okay.
so they basically go there by foot.
So, really quick, let me show pictures of Transit. I spelled Transit wrong. Yeah, this is the best picture of Transit, basically. Where the fuck is... There it is. So, there's a robot bus driver who goes between 3 different locations, that being the bus stop, the diner, and the town. And meanwhile, you have to avoid the lava on the ground and all these zombies running around. Worth noting, they have blue glowing eyes, meaning that they are under the control of Richtofen / Maxis. I think Maxis at this point. Because when they get red glowing eyes, I believe is when they are in control from Richtofen. The next
Yellow.
The next place that takes... the next map that takes place, what is it called again? Is it just Skyscraper?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
There's a Skyscraper... Die-Rise, that's what it's called. Die-Rise. Really fucking dumb name, by the way. Yeah, this is a good picture of Die-Rise, actually. Where did it go? There it is. So, you guys see, you basically take place between 3 different buildings, and you have to jump between them as they are crumbling. And this one right here, you could see me kind of hovering over it. I believe this is the tower that you're supposed to activate. Either this one or this one. It is like a not a skyscraper, it's like a power line tower, whatever it's called. Pylon, whatever. And then the last... Yeah. And then the last map that takes place is called Buried. Buried is kind of hard to show pictures of. Honestly, I'm just going to show a fucking gameplay video of Buried, because Buried
was a great map and my favorite map to play.
Buried is a good map. I don't know if it's my favorite map, though.
Also, the skyscraper map is called Die-Rise.
Yeah, I already did that.
Figured that out.
So you see here, you start off on the surface, and then you have to go down this giant hole, which leads you to basically a underground city. That is like a western, like, saloon type city. Like, cowboy era. And then there's this guy named, what's his name, Larry?
Yeah, Larry.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Larry's
Larry.
The guy with the white shirt.
No, he doesn't have a white shirt. He has blue overalls, and he's a giant.
Oh, you mean the giant?
Yeah.
He has a name?
Yeah, he has a name. I forget his name, though. I think it's Larry, but I could be wrong. Basically,
Could
you
be
have to...
Arthur.
Oh yeah, Arthur, that might be it. You have to control Arthur around the map, using him to destroy barriers, do all this shit. The thing is that he's normally scared of zombies, and zombies won't attack him. But if you give him booze, he'll, like, charge and destroy whatever object is in front of him, or zombies. And if you give him candy, he will either... I forget, either you go on a rampage or pick up a zombie. I don't remember which. And then you can also shoot him to make him go back to his cage. Basically, he's like a big dumb guy. Like, think of the guy of Mice and Men. I forget his name. That one Larry? I don't know. Either way. And then, so, Karma, I want to tell you, there is a canon choice. You know that, right?
Yes.
Okay, why didn't you just include the canon ending, then?
Because they're technically 2 endings.
Yeah, but one of them isn't canon, so who cares?
I mean, you're right. I just figured we could talk about both of them.
Either way, I will read both of them. Which one is canon, though? The first one or the second one?
Second one.
Okay, that's what I thought. So, Richtofen's ending. If you decide to do what Richtofen says when he talks in, what's his name's head? I don't forget. Maxis?
Marlton.
No, not Maxis. Stuhlinger?
Marlton. It might be Marlton. This gotta be one of the two.
I think it's
Either
Marlton.
Marlton or Stuhlinger.
It's Marlton. It's Marlton. So you see this fucking jackass? He is the quote-unquote most important character of Black Ops 2. Because he hears the voices of Maxis and Richtofen in his head, and you need to play as him in order to do the Easter eggs. And by the way, all of these stories are hidden behind Easter eggs and environmental. So, Richtofen's ending. Richtofen will mend the rift, and the Earth will begin to repair itself. Richtofen will then send Maxis' soul into non-existence, and possess Samuel's body as a physical host.
Which is non-canon.
Non-canon. It is interesting that is actually the better ending, by the way.
Right?
And then we have Maxis' ending, which is the canon ending. Maxis will reveal his true intentions to open the gateway to Agartha, but in the process, the Earth and its survivors will be destroyed. He sends Richtofen into the body of a zombie. So, Karma does not actually have the last map of CoD Black Ops Zombies 2, which is called Origins. Here's a picture of Origins to give you an example.
It's technically another timeline.
I mean, yes and no. It's the start of a different timeline, but it starts because of Maxis' ending. So, because Maxis opens a gateway to Agartha, he creates the Origins timeline. I forget what they're called. Ultimis, I think? Right?
Premise. Yeah, they create the premise.
Primus, whatever. So, because Maxis opens a gateway to the end of time itself, he creates a separate timeline where we follow the events of Nikolai, Takio, Dempsey, and Richtofen as they, quote-unquote... I don't know really how much to talk about this. I'm just gonna say they are prophesized to stop the Great War. It was foreshadowed. I forget who had this vision, but there was a character we were talking about earlier. Paul?
Pablo Marinas.
I cannot understand you, I'm sorry.
Pablo Marinas.
Pablo, that's what you were saying, right. So Pablo here, this crazy nut job, for some reason can, like, see into the, other realities, and he sees, himself being saved by the Primus timeline. And that is how they connect these two timelines, specifically. So.
It's that one spot. Just that one spot right there.
Yeah. I don't know though. The future of COD Zombies. I have not played Cold War and Onward, but I do know that that picture I was showing was supposedly from one of those games. So clearly, he plays more into the story after the quote unquote official ending of Black Ops.
Right.
Okay, so we're finally done with Karma's document.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
Sure,
expected that to take 2 hours, and it didn't.
I was
surprised.
expecting it to take a lot longer too.
Yeah. Okay, let me open up the raid target. Is there anything you guys want to talk about before we do the outro?
Like any questions?
Yeah, like any questions, if you guys have any in chat, make sure you ask and stuff like that. Apologies if you guys hear this person stream for a second while I pull it up.
I did watch a 7-hour video first, so
Yeah.
Raven has played most of them, so
And so have I.
Oh god, Alcoholics has a question. I'm 99% sure it's a meme. Go ahead, Alcoholics.
Yeah, go ahead. We're listening.
Who is Pablo?
Pablo is, as Rick Toffin called him, the Mexican.
He is a Mexican spy who randomly, while being held prisoner, has a vision of an alternate reality. In which case, that alternate reality is canon to the storyline, where he sees our 4 protagonists, or the main characters, saving the world from the Apothicons, the evil gods.
Demon-like creatures,
Yes.
as he described them.
If you ask me why does he have that vision, I have no fucking idea. If you want to figure out that answer, you'll have to play Call of Duty Cold War and after yourself.
Yeah, like, there wasn't a really reason for it.
Yeah. I don't know. I was with Call of Duty Zombies. I played Black Ops 2 and all of the maps on release, but I never really did the, like, what's the word? The Easter eggs. So I never saw the story. I only watched it in YouTube videos at the time, and watched people like doing the Easter eggs and everything. They're fucking hard, by the way, man.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
You like have to have everyone on board and also good at the game in order for it to happen.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah. Alright, Monkey, do you have anything to add?
Not really.
Oh, I forgot what I was going to say, sorry. The story got fucking wacky at Black Ops 3's ending. I did not like Black Ops 3's story.
With the whole fucking time.
Basically, after they split the timeline, yeah. Like, I like the premise story more than Ultimis, but the fact that there's 2 different timelines in of itself is fucking stupid. So, keep in mind, if we do another episode on this, the thing you need to remember most is that at the edge of time, I'm calling it the edge of time, I don't care if it is or not, it's fucking the edge of time. You have Maxis waiting there. And he also has Samantha. And I think someone else. A little boy. I don't remember who the boy was.
Boy.
I knew.
Who was the little boy? Is that spoilers? Actually, you don't even care. Don't even care if it's spoilers. Just answer anyway.
It's Rick Toffin.
Really? But I thought he put Rick Toffin zombie... It literally said he put Rick Toffin in a zombie.
Oh, that was Ultimis Maxis.
Okay. This is fucking weird. Okay, so...
Yeah.
Okay, I'm asking Karma now to clarify. So... I'm confused. Yeah, how did Richtofen become a little boy and play with Samantha in the house and get yelled at to shut the window? So I'm gonna play this cutscene from Call of Duty Zombies Origins.
Well, right. So what I'm assuming is that the man yelling to shut the windows was Max's.
Yes.
Little boy and girl sobbing, I'm assuming, was Samantha and Richtofen.
I have no idea.
Context clues, that's what I'm getting.
Right. So let me just find the ending and then I will share the screen with everyone.
From what I understand, from what I gathered through context clues and everything, is that Axis is yelling at Toffin and Samantha to close the windows. A zombie outbreak or the Apothecons
Samantha would keep them safe forever.
Are invading Agartha.
Getting everything wrong. I told you before, their eyes should be blue.
It's my turn, Eddie. I can do whatever I want.
Eddie.
But you don't even know how to play properly. Girls don't know enough about zombies.
What's the choice of it, children? Make sure the windows are locked before you come down to the basement.
So I'm gonna pause this right here. As you can tell, this is the alternate reality Samantha. And you can tell that they're playing with the Primus characters, which is the characters that you play in Origins. And then you can see, like, the mini-boss of Origins. You can see a gun on the wall. They've got, like, movie posters. And you can also see Fluffy in the background. I do not know what the fuck any of this means, but I believe that Carmo's right, and Eddie is Eddie Richtofen. Why is he a kid? Why is he with Samantha? Why is there an air raid? I have no fucking idea.
Origins timeline.
Yeah.
That's how I'll leave it.
So, thank you, Mr. Daylick. I remember you. I actually watched this guy's a lot of his videos on this shit. So, yeah, this was 9 years ago. So, yeah. Either way, dude, I'm fucking exhausted. I just want to raid my friend and get the fuck out of here at this point.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and copy this. Oh, not search. Copy. Monkey, can you do the outro this time? I want to see how well you do it.
Sure. Thank you for watching NightThemedRave. If you want to check out our media, you can join our Discord. If you are not over 18, you will be ridiculed, then kicked. You can go see our Twitter. Good luck to find anything on there. It's as barren as a desert. And you can go see our previous episodes on YouTube.
Whenever Raven remembers to upload them.
Yeah, when Raven remembers to upload them. And give us all your money, and bye-bye!
Almost. One thing you forgot. If you guys want to check out the live episodes, if you were watching this on YouTube or in the future, make sure you check out the Twitch channel. There is a link in the YouTube description to all of these links that we are talking about. And something else. Oh yeah, we're starting on Mondays now. We switched from Friday to Monday, so expect streams to be on Mondays, though we may have a stream on Friday because we already had a couple of guests lined up. So. Goodbye, everyone! Give us your money! Say bye, everyone.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm waiting.
NTR raid message.
You have 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, everyone. Make sure you use that message that Monkey sent if you can, or just say NTR raid. Goodbye.